Here we go. Good, whatever we're feeling today, you guys, I always want to start with the guideline, I guess. I don't know what it is, but just for you to feel and know that all your feelings are welcome here. This space is a safe space. We are here to move through and allow the truth of ourselves to be present. So whatever is present for you, let it be here. This is what it's for. I'm gonna be looking at this camera. I'm gonna be looking at the YouTube camera. So forgive me if I'm not on both all the time. Here we go. Come on out. Let's start. I'm liking this shake. Let's start with our shake, yeah? So I want you to just let your bodies shake it out. Maybe start with one arm, then the other one. Hands and wrists. Just your shoulders and your chest. Shimmy it out. Let your own body move however it wants to move. Legs. Woo! Feet. Make a sound. Woo! Little jumping. Stick your tongue out. Stretch your legs. Make a sound. Woo! Here we go. Let's just start with a stomp. Side to side. Looking at the floor. Connecting to the floor. Getting rounded. Good. Let your hips get a little bit lower. Woo! Waking up those legs. Welcome. So one more time, get lower. Come up.
Vanessa's here.
Vanessa's here, my sister-in-law. You're gonna hear her. She's gonna pop in.
Come say hi. Wait.
Yeah, come in. Here she is.
Come in. Oh, wait.
Here she is. Here we go. Toes out. Ready? Big plie. Inhale. Up. Good. Exhale. Down. Good. Breathe in. Up. Exhale. Down. Little faster. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Feeling your feet on the floor. You're connected to the earth. Getting grounded. Two more. Like this. Good. Up. Down. Hold it here and bounce. Good. Keep going. Sorry, that was me finding your volume. Keep bouncing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that bounce. Now just lift your hips to the side. Now, or sorry, shoulders to the side. Yes. Good. 4, 3, 2. Lift your right heel up and bounce your hips. Keep it there. 4, 3, 2. Other heel. Let's burn out that left leg. Keep bouncing. 4, 3, 2. Now side to side. Right heel. Left heel. Keep that bounce. Woo! Feel that burn. Let it breathe. Good, you guys. Right knee to center. Left knee to center. Open those hips. Good. Keep going. We're gonna find that next song. Breathe. Good. Little faster. There we go. Take it lower. Woo! Back up. Good. Take it back down. Good. Back up. Back down one more time. Yellow. Back up. Good. March across the body. Elbows knee across. Woo! Good. Right side. Tuck and reach. burning through those legs for 3, 2, 1. Let's stop on the right side and just bounce right here. So those of you who are new to class, welcome. So happy you're here. Switch sides. So our class is all about getting out of our heads into our bodies. We're just gonna go side to side, giving ourselves permission to be free. So bring your arms to the side, step and swing. Shake out those arms. Good. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Come to the center. Shoulders up and back. Up and back and around. Up. Good. Relax. There you go. Good. Perfect. That's where I want you to be. Good. Up and down. Like a lot of the feet. Good. 4, 3, 2. Right shoulder only. Up. 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 4, 3, 2. Switch. Other shoulder. Up. Up. Beautiful. Woo. 4, 3, 2. Good. Now reach to the side. Really stretch through that torso. Again, other side. Reach. Good. Breathe. Faster. Side. 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 Bend your knees. Stay low. Good. 4, 3. Vanessa's got this. 2, 1. Right side. We're gonna hold that little reach. Stretching through your core on the left. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Good. 4, 3, 2. Here's our big circle. Up, all the way down and around. Back up again. Hold it up here, stretch. Take a deep breath into that left side body. Come up. Flat back over that right leg. Up, down, stretch. Good, bend your left knee. Breathe. Good, you guys straighten both legs. Now just grab your elbows, swing side to side. So you're releasing your back, releasing your neck. Breathe. Opening a little back, gently, gently. Good, back to center, slowly roll out. Good, we go to the left, 2 circles, all the way around again. Good, open up. Now, hold it here this time, breathing over. Breathe. Good. Feel that? Switch, let's stretch over that left leg. Breathe it out. Good, right knee bend. Back to center. Let's pull it up nice and slow. We're gonna inhale, open the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, expand through the back. Yeah? So really we're opening the heart center here. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good, inhale. Exhale. Good, ready, faster. Open, close. Open, close. Ready, even faster. Open, close. Good, profile. Good, switch, other way. Keep turning your circle. Other side. To the front. 3, 2, 1. Hold it here to the side, to the back, to the side, to the front. Now faster. Side, back, side, front. Isolate your rib cage. Good. Now connect the dots. Slow circle. Yeah. Woo. Good. Let's go faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's reverse. Front, side, back, side, faster. There we go. Good. Connect the dots. Slow circle. Feel your body expanding. Good. Faster. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we have our hips. Here we go. We're gonna swing those hips. Loose, loose. Let your arms go. Good. Now faster. Don't be shy about it. Let those hips go. Now stick your butt out like a tail good job. Pelvis under, pelvis back. Breathe. In, out. Good, a little faster tuck. Under, back. Under, back. Good, here we go. Tuck. Hands behind your head. Take a nap in your upper body, just your pelvis. Let's get a little silly. To the right, left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, switch. Half circle, front. Front. Good, double time. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, to the back. Back, side, side. Good, faster. 8, 7, 6, 5. You got this. Last 2. And 1. Bring it up. Inhale. Good job. Hands on the knees. Left shoulder twist towards center. Opening the inner thighs. Breathing into the spine. Good. Inhale up. Good job, you guys. Switch right shoulder. Lengthening. Breathing into the spine. Good. Let's walk it over. Dropping our hip down onto the left side. We're going to try to keep that left heel down. And we're just going to breathe. Let's walk over to the other side. You're opening into the inner thigh on that right leg. Stretching through the left leg. Breathe. Good. Let's come all the way down to the floor. We're here. Woo! Good. Finding that straddle position for yourself. Good, you guys. So let's just start with the right leg. We're going to flex, bend the knee. Right, and we're going to reach out and then pull it in, flex. So you're breathing out, bring it in and bend. Reach, point, bring it in, bend. Good. So we're just kind of gently lengthening. But this time I want you to hold it down there, bring your chest square to your leg. Stretch your right side. Good job, breathe. Good, coming up slowly, twisting to the side. So I want you to just think about bringing your shoulder inside that right leg and left arm up and over. Good, whatever's available to you here. Opening through that left rib cage. Breathe. Good. Come on up. Woo. Good, now we're gonna switch. Left side, then flex. Reaching out. So bring it in, flex. Reach it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time we hold it out and we stretch it. Square those shoulders to the leg. Woo! Feels really good to stretch. Some of us haven't been stretching or moving very much, so be really gentle with your flexibility wherever it is. The more you breathe, the more you lubricate those muscles, joints. Here we go. Right arm comes over, bringing that left shoulder on the inside of that left leg. Breathing in and out. Good. Coming up to center. And then from here, you guys, let's gently walk ourselves forward. Find your straddle position. So every day, the body is different. Every day, it speaks to us in different ways. So rather than holding yesterday over your body, you have to go as far as we went yesterday. Instead, see if you can be present with what's here now. Today, I'm way tighter than I was yesterday. So I want to be really gentle. I want to breathe into this stretch, taking my time. Last few breaths here. Good, slowly bringing it back up. Woo. Good, nice and easy. Good, so today I want you to slowly bring the leg gonna shake them out nice and easy. We're gonna bring ourselves to our feet, and then when we stand up, just gonna prepare you mentally for what's coming. Just kidding. When we stand up, we're gonna do a little arm movement, and this is a part where I want you guys to follow me. So we're gonna kind of work with our arm strength and opening up the arms. So you're just gonna repeat after me the movements, or repeat what I'm doing, mirror what I'm doing. Straighten the legs, stretch down. Yeah. And then I want you to slowly roll up. Begin to tuck the tailbone, anchor the heels into the floor, draw the belly up and in, slowly lifting through the spine. Ooh, good. Let's give ourselves a nice, gentle head roll. Really opening up the neck. If it feels good to you, open your jaw, stick your tongue out, reverse directions. Yeah. Good, you guys. So facing front, stay here. Here we go. So all of these movements require really the intention of a little bit of firmness in the muscles. So rather than moving loosely like this, I want you to actually put tension in the body. So you're actually using your muscles rather than your joints, okay? So we're just gonna do a quick little, fun little arm burnout. Come on, Rob Salerno, I know you want this. Here we go. Ready? Soft bend in the elbows. Yeah, like you're holding plates. Keep the shoulders low, no lifting. Keep them down, shoulder blades down. Feel the weight of those plates. Yeah, now we're gonna dump the plate. Come back. Good. Dump. Come back. Good. So you're rotating that shoulder. Good. Now double time. Twist. Twist. Good. So I feel that tension in my shoulders, shoulder blades, biceps, not in my neck. Good. Add a little plie bounce. Woo! Good. Keep going. So you're gonna start to feel a little burn, a little tension. Arms are an extension of the heart. So we're adding tension and then we're gonna take it away, melt it away. Here we go, 4, 3, 2, we're gonna hold on 1, dump, dump, press, press, press. Keep going, 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 3, 2, plates up, 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 up. 4, 3, 2, now bring it to center, ready? In, out, shoulders down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, from here, reach, 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 reach. So you're serving your plates. This feels very much like waiting tables, which I've done forever. Here we go. Now push away, push, push. Turn your palm out, keep that tension in your arms. Yeah? Good, now we're about to double time this. 2 on each side. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Keep going. Do your best. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Arms up, down, up, down, up. Hold it up. Cross, cross. Switch that front hand. Good. Bring it lower in front of your chest. Soft bend in the elbows. Keep it going. Up. Back down. Feel that tension in your chest, in front of your heart. One more time, up. Back down. Palms face each other. Now bigger. 7, almost there. 6, you got this. Breathe through it. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms up. Good, now, don't let them drop yet. I want you to take one moment at a time, one breath at a time. Slowly let those arms drop. Fully drop, no more tension. And just shake your torso, release the arms. Shake them out, no tension in those arms. Beautiful, wow, fantastic you guys. Okay, we're warm. I'm warm, are you warm? All right, so grab some water, hydrate. And while we do this, let's talk for a little bit. Quick little chat. So what we're gonna work with today, our theme today is one that some people shared with me when I asked for suggestions, and this is something that I know I've experienced and that people have been sharing somewhat about on social media, which is this feeling of pressure to do, pressure to produce, feeling like our worth is wrapped up in what we produce. And I believe a lot of that's coming up right now because we're in a state where we have been pulled out of our regular routines, our actions, our work schedules, these places where we often find a lot of our validation and value in what we do, in what we are actively, doing day to day. So I know for some of us, as we've sort of been stripped of these activities, stripped of our doings, some feelings have been coming up around feeling like, well, I should be, well, I should be doing more, I need to be doing more. All of these sort of thoughts that are a really interesting thing to confront. I don't think it's a secret in our society that, a lot of us feel sometimes like our value is really based on action and production and how much can you do. And today I really want to look into that and explore our feelings on that and see if rather than finding our value as human doings, we can actually find our value as human beings. So today we're going to play with what we do, our actions, okay? So I want suggestions from you guys, and what I need, we're going to start with our exercise called the Mundane Activities. These are things that we do every day. These are things that are part of our routine, things like brushing our teeth, things like getting dressed, things like making our breakfast, doing the dishes, going to work, all those things, yeah? So I would love some suggestions from you guys. I'm going to write these down, and these are the ones we're going to start to work with. Rob is standing right here, but he still felt the need to write picking up dog shit, so we're going to put that. He loves it. Why not? Picking up dog shit. Showering, says Babs. Beautiful. Does anyone else feel like showering is a lot of work? Sometimes I just wish I had an elf that would just come and bathe me and do my hair. It's just, come on. Your mom says, and horse shit. Making the bed, I love it. Making the bed, yes. Dishes, yes. Okay, hold on. Making bed, dishes. That is a constant area of friction between Rob and I. Who's doing the dishes? Not me. Getting dressed, sometimes I agree, Allie. Okay. Getting dressed is a fun one.
Sweeping.
Doing my hair, yes, around
Around your ball, dude.
No, yeah. Cooking dinner, taking out the trash. Okay, great. This is plenty, I love it. Okay, so as we're doing this next exercise, I want you to think about, first of all, you might be borrowing some things from other people. Maybe you don't have a dog, you don't pick up dog shit, that's fine. But for the purpose of the exercise, we're just gonna go with it. But I want you to be sort of thinking about, what are your things? What's your doings? What are the ways in which you do and move and action and all that stuff, right? Obviously some of this stuff is how we take care of ourselves, right? And some of that's essential, but we're looking at action and how the body moves within action. So what we're gonna do, mundane, is I'm gonna give you guys one of these activities, right? Picking up dog shit, love it so much. Start with that. And what I want you to do is, how would you literally, if this was your activity every day, how do you literally pick up dog shit? How do you literally, I know this seems silly, but it's going somewhere. How do you literally pick up dog shit, right? Like, what's the thing? You put the freaking trash bag in your hand, you pick it up, you do the thing, tie the thing, right? Whatever. So we're gonna start out doing this thing, literally. How does the body move in this activity, right? How does the body move getting dressed, brushing our teeth, whatever. Okay, and then I'm gonna tell you to switch. And when I tell you to switch, the music's gonna change, and this activity is now going to become exaggerated. It's gonna become something beyond the mundane. It's gonna become creative, it's gonna become weird, it's gonna become out there. Maybe you become the dog shit, maybe you are the toothbrush, maybe the whole room becomes the tooth you're brushing, whatever it is, yeah? I want you to get out of your head, into your imagination, into the body. This is playtime, 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 right? This is how we start going in. Cool? That's how we open the door, silly and play. All right, so here we go. What shall I start with? There's so many good ones. All right. Won't quite go to dog shit yet. All right, let's do this. Let's start with doing the dishes. How do you usually do it? How do you really do it?
Just sit there,
Actually do it. Where's the soap? Where's the sponge? How do you turn the water on? How's the temperature of the water? Take your time. Do you put everything in the dishwasher? See the plate. Good. How do you really do it? Let yourself get lost in it just for a moment. All right, freeze. Exactly where you are. Good. Music's gonna turn up. And now, begin the same activity, but exaggerate it. How does it happen? What are you doing? What could it be? What's possible? Let your imagination create. Fantastic, here we go, new activity. Let's do it. You're gonna freaking pick up dog shit. Here we go, ready? Dog shit, here we come. Real life, how do you do it? Here we go again. Now, what's possible? Let your imagination play. This is all about fun. This is all about being ridiculous. Here we go. Fantastic, here we go, next one. Be real with this one, getting dressed. How do you actually get dressed? What's the whole process, start to finish? Fantastic. Here we go. Let the imagination go crazy. I'm gonna give you a different song this time. Here we go. What could it be? How did it dress? Fantastic. Here we go. I'm giving you one more. This one is showering. I hate this. I hate showering. Just kidding. Here we go. Real life shower. Okay. Takes forever. Showering. What could you do? Tell that story. Silly time. Grab some water, and we're gonna move in to the next part of this. Okay, so I want you to think about your life, your actions, your day-to-day, sort of before all of this madness started happening, before the forced stillness, the forced quiet, the being with yourself, the less action that a lot of us have felt like we've been taking. And I want you to sort of imagine what that was. What were you doing? What was your routine? Did you have one? I want you to pick your most active day, your most active, busy time. And I want you to go ahead.
Can you just ask them if you're live? Have somebody reply.
Yeah, am I still live, I guess? Maybe we're having a moment. Totally fine.
Keep going. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Good.
Technical. So I want you to pick that day. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start here. And I want you to go ahead and we're gonna start in that slow motion place that we've been working with, right? Our speeds 1 through 5. We're gonna start at a 1, which is our slowest speed. And I want you to take that first thing you do in the day. And I want you to begin to do it in slow motion.
Good. Come back.
I want you to allow yourself to move in slow motion through this activity, yeah? And then we're gonna take it to your next activity of the day. And I want you to allow yourself to move through that, whatever that is. Then I want you to move to your next activity. And as you can see, I'm moving into a circle. And you're gonna go one activity at a time, the actions one at a time. And we're starting at a 1, right? So this is just moving slowly from one activity to the next. I'm gonna have you switch. I'm gonna say switch, 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 yeah? And then I'm gonna speed the circle up. We're gonna go to a 2, then we're gonna go to a 3, then we're gonna go to a 4, then we're gonna go to a 5 until we're a flurry of activity, going in a circle, going through all of the things that we do every day, or that we did every day, the routine of work, of going, of talking on the phone, of being on the phone, of being on our computers, of being in work, of being with family, cooking dinner, all the things, yeah? So we're just gonna let all that busyness, all that energy come out of the body, yeah? So let's start. Rob, you can start in the back, and then I'll start here, and we'll both rotate clockwise. Yeah, cool. All right?
A activity? I'm sorry.
You're starting at the beginning of your day, so as if this is AM, and then every step is a new part of the day, so the end of the day is back where you started. Make sense? Hopefully. Thumbs up.
It does.
Here we go. It does, he says. I believe it. So here we go. Starting at a 1, right? So we're moving at our slow speed. What do you do when you first start your day? And I'm gonna try to hold this, do the music, and move with you at the same time. Let's start with this one, actually. Here we go. The song is called Sunrise, seems appropriate. First action of the day, slow, at a 1. Starting over, this time a little bit faster. Add a 2. Here we go. Same thing. Same thing. Start your day. Add a 2. Next activity, move. Feel free to exaggerate it. Good. Let's move to a 3. So we're at our medium speed, moving a little bit faster. Next Maybe you take a seat, breathe, close your eyes. I want you to imagine that circle of activity is still moving around you as you come to the center of that circle and you breathe inward. So just sit, close your eyes, feeling your heartbeat. And from your inner eye, observe yourself and all that activity that we just did. Reviewing it, watching yourself move around yourself in this sort of cyclone of activity. Watching it go faster and faster. Watching the energy you expend. And then one by one, I want you to imagine each of these activities just fading from the beginning of the day to the end, one at a time, taking your time, watch them disappear, one at a time. Until it is just you in the center. Breathe. Breathe in that stillness. Allowing your awareness to just clock the feeling of that stillness, the release of that activity. Feeling it in your body. Feel that relaxation. Noticing all that doing that you were up to before all of this. Placing a hand or two on your heart. Can you breathe in? I invite you to breathe in some love and compassion for that part of you, the doer. The doer who can do and accomplish so much through action. Appreciating, loving that version of you that was spun around and around just a little moment ago. But then bringing your awareness inward, into that very most still, peaceful part of you. Maybe you find that part in your heart or your belly. Maybe you find it in your hips. Wherever it is, find it, be with it. And just breathe in the beingness of you. Feeling yourself without the doing. Surrendering the need to prove anything through action, through movement, through accomplishment. What if this is enough? Breathing that in. What if it is enough to simply be breathed by life? The heart beats, the breath flows, the blood is pumped without our thought, without our action, without our doing. What if this is enough? Expanding into that possibility. It can be scary to accept ourselves at this level with nothing to prove. What if the fact that life is breathing you is enough and there's no need to prove anything else? What does it feel like to try on that possibility? So I'm going to just give you these last 2 minutes to feel into that possibility. The beingness of you. The enoughness of your very existence. Will I accept that as enough? It is enough. Whatever feels good to you. If you want to move, if you want to lay there on the ground, if you want to sit, be with your beingness. In this last moment, sending some love and gratitude to yourself for being so brave, for being with yourself, for being with stillness, for considering that your value is beyond any action you take or productivity you produce, that perhaps just being is enough. Thank you so much, you guys, for playing with me today. It was a lot of fun. It was really silly, and I'm so grateful. So I'm going to leave you here, whether you're on the floor or in a chair or wherever you are, and I just want to allow you to end this class however you wish. Be gentle with anything that might come up in this beingness, feelings. Have compassion for that part of you. So, until tomorrow. Love you guys.